Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me now? Oh man, CX-14, love it. How's it going, folks? I finally got myself a new camera. I actually got myself the GoPro Hero 3, and I already know this thing records a lot better than that POS action cam that I had. I mean, it wasn't bad, but audio quality, nah. Anywho, I'm Renegade, as I've said before in a couple videos I've made now, all with really crappy audio. I know, I understand, it's all good. Got new equipment, things could be better. I'm out for a drive today in my 87 Volvo 245 DL. Yes, it's an old car. It's a classic. No, I don't want a new car. I get asked that a lot. Unfortunately, I'm stuck waiting on parts for my motorcycle, so I can't ride, even though it's actually a fairly nice day today, considering the fact that we're looking at the very beginning of December. If you all haven't heard before, I live in Cape May, New Jersey, southernmost tip of New Jersey. I'm actually crossing the bridge right now into Cape May Island, which is going to be busy as hell today, Saturday, December 2nd. And today is both the craft show at the Cape May Convention Center, and there's a Christmas parade later on today. So yeah, it's gonna be busy. But I wanted to do a real introduction video now that I have better quality equipment. You know, something doesn't suck. Alright, so this is my 87 Volvo 245. She is indeed a classic, and yes, I love this car. I know it's not the sportiest car, you know, but hey, I like it. She's pretty damn quick. This car is an inline 4, 2.3 liter, naturally aspirated motor, has rear wheel drive. When I got this car, it was an automatic. I since pulled out the transmission, got rid of the auto tragic, and put in the M47 manual transmission that was paired with the B230F Volvo motor. Wasn't mine, you know, it wasn't the stock way. I know that some people will give me crud for changing up a classic car that one day could be worth money, but you know what? It's my car. I'm going to do with it as I please because I have no intention of selling it. Simple enough. I've done a fair amount of work with this car. I rebuilt the motor about, let's see, I think I rebuilt the motor about 12,000 miles ago, give or take. And like I said, I did the transmission conversion. I have an MSD blaster ignition coil. We've got a long ram cold air intake, filtered by Spectre. Hey, it's cheaper than the K&N filters, and I'm a man on a budget. I made a 3-point strut bracing system for the car. I made lower chassis tie bars for the car, bolted them on, makes the car handle much better. I have lowering springs from IPD and Bilstein touring class shocks and struts, all 4 legs. Make for a fairly nice drive. Obviously when I lowered the car, I got the adjustable Pinard bar, so you keep everything nice and squared up. One of the questions I get asked the most when, you know, talking about my car, besides the whole question of, why don't you get a new car? I don't want a new car. But one of the main questions I get is, is it hard to find parts for your car? Because the car is 30 years old. No. No, it is not difficult to find parts for my car. For basic maintenance things, you can go to AutoZone or Advance Auto or probably O'Reilly's or Pep Boys, whatever you got closest to you. I haven't had so much great luck with Napa, but let's leave them alone. But you can generally go to those stores and get yourself your basic parts. Come on, guys, move. You can go to stores like that and get yourself oil filters, brakes, brake pads, air filters if you're still running a stock air system. Now is looking for parking. Oh, how exciting! For other parts, though, you can simply go to ipdusa.com, fcpeuro.com, or autohouseaz.com. I'm going to link all those down in the description. So, in case you have a 240 like me, or another old part, basically these sites are great if you have any European import. Whether you have a Volvo, a Volkswagen, I can't see around these freaking cars, just hope there's no one coming. There we go. BMW, Mercedes. These sites that I mentioned carry parts for pretty much all of them. And just for the record, I know I mentioned in another video, but my audio was crud. I'm not getting paid to tell you this. I do not have a sponsorship with IPD, FCP, or Auto House. I wish I did. Hey, if you guys are seeing this and you want to sponsor me, hey! They're not going to sponsor me. I know it. It's all good. Yeah, just go ahead and walk out in front of me. That's fine. God, I hate that. But as I was saying, I don't have a sponsorship from any of these sites, but I highly suggest you go check them out if you've got a vehicle like I do, either an older vehicle or an import that is difficult to find parts for sometimes. Highly suggest them. Can't suggest them enough. In fact, I've been an Auto House shopper for, geez, I've been shopping with them for probably 10 years. Oops. Right now I'm going to the craft show. My mother's a crafter there, so I'm going to stop by, say hi. My sister's working with her. Love the sound of that motor. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Alrighty folks, it's a bit later now. Had to drive and get out of Cape May after the craft show, give my sister a ride home, etc, etc. So it took a little longer. I was just stopping to answer a phone call real fast. But take a short drive again. So as I was saying before, I've done a bunch of work on this car. You might have seen the video I put out about putting the MagnaFlow catalytic converter on in place of the stock one. Had to do it. The cat was horribly bad, so it's time to get a new one. And I live by the theory of if you have to replace it, that's a good time to upgrade it if you want to. I wanted to, so I did. I actually have full MagnaFlow exhaust on this car. That's 2 mufflers and the catalytic converter. MagnaFlow does not sell a full exhaust system for this car. So I had to use the stock piping, which I replaced from Starla. I got them from autohouse.com. And found the corresponding sized MagnaFlow mufflers to put on the car. Added a bit of power, makes the exhaust note sound much better. I like it. Now to start, you can see that I've got gauges here. You couldn't see them in the daylight because of the shadow. There used to be a cubby spot where 3 of the gauges were, so I had to find the Volvo 240 Turbo gauge pod. Found that on eBay, used parts, thank heavens for used parts. And I replaced it, or I should say I put in SunPro Sport GT gauges. I've got a voltage meter, oil pressure gauge, vacuum gauge, my air-fuel ratio gauge, which is reading rich right now. I need to get a new oxygen sensor. I need to get a new oxygen sensor. And of course I've got my clock, because what gauge pod wouldn't be complete without a stock Volvo 240 clock. So I hooked all those up. I also added the VX Street Cam from IPD, performance camshaft. Makes things a little nicer. Put in a Pioneer head unit and speakers all the way around. Makes for wonderful stereo quality. I'm in the process of replacing the entire interior. It was a nasty brown vinyl stock. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. So I'm actually in the process of switching all that over to a custom interior that I'm putting together. Yes, I can sew. No, I cannot sew well. But I try. And I can sew well enough for my own purposes. This car will never be a show car, but it's all about what I like, what I want, what I'm happy with. It's my car. For the interior, I went black and red. You saw my motorcycle, you know. I love black and red. But I actually went with black and red. I went with denim interior instead of a stock fabric. The theory there was, what is the most comfortable fabric ever? Well, I wear jeans every day. I live in my jeans. They're the most comfortable clothing ever. And they wear like iron. So why not just replace the fabric with denim? Sounds like a winning idea to me, so that's what I did. Oh, there are so many bumps on these roads. I realize that on the camera it looks really shaky. The camera isn't exactly mounted completely stiffly. You know what, we're gonna go this way instead. And the fact that with the lower and slightly stiffer suspension, the bumps look worse on camera than they feel. Ride-wise, I mean, I feel the bumps. It's not exactly as smooth as I wish I could have. I'm not putting in an air ride suspension. I wish I could, but it's like $5 grand for that. I'm poor. That's it, I'm a man on a budget. So, air ride, not happening. Maybe one day. But all in all, the modifications I've done, I said, make this car unique, make it mine. They make all the modifications, make the car what I want it to be. I don't care about it being a show car. I drive this car. This is my daily driver. In fact, this is the only car that I have ever owned. I bought this car 12 years ago. Well, it'll be 12 years tomorrow. Happy anniversary of my car. Bought the car 12 years ago. I've owned it the entire time. I've had some periods where it was down, where I wasn't driving it, but I never sold it. I never bought another car. So this is my first and my only car that I've owned. And I'm not getting rid of it. Despite what anybody says, despite the fact that many people will tell me it's not a fast car, it's not a great car, because it's an old car, it's not reliable. You know what? Bugger off. I love this car. This car means the world to me. Like I said, my car, my way, which isn't much different from my normal everyday theory of I do things my way. And fuck you if you don't like it. But the car is my way. What I would like, what I want, and that's what matters. If you're in the process or you're thinking about doing car modifications like I am, I highly suggest you think about it the same way that I do. Who cares what other people think? It's about what you want. Do things your way. Don't do them the same way as everyone else just because that's the thing to do. Do it the way you want it. Produce what you want, what you like. If everyone else has a problem with it, well, you can tell them where to go. And I'm sure you know what I mean by that. I did a bit of a wire tuck. I didn't go crazy with it, but I tucked the wires a little bit. Just to make things easier on myself, because I am my own mechanic. I'm the only one that works on this car. I don't take it to a shop. You know, if something goes wrong, I get the wrenches out and I fix it. So moving the wires made life a little easier. Made things look a little cleaner too. But I still have some things I'd like to kind of change up and move just to tidy everything up a little more, to make the engine bay a little more presentable. One of these days I'll do that. Well, I'll tell you, I have never been a mechanic at a shop. I'm not ASE certified. I never went to school for mechanical work. Everything I learned, I did in the driveway. I did out of necessity. I did out of desire. You know, I had to rebuild my motor. I had never rebuilt a motor before that. I hadn't even thought about rebuilding a motor before. And needed to do it, so I did it. That's how I learned to rebuild a motor. Just get in there and get dirty. It wasn't as hard as I thought. But everything I've done on the car, I've done myself. I've never taken it to the shop. So if you ever hear me say, I did this, I don't mean I had this done, I took it to a shop where they, no, I mean, I did this. My hands got on the parts, my hands got on bolts and nuts and everything, and chances are good, I busted my knuckle and I bled all over it. I think that's gonna do it for now. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. Maybe I'll see about doing some more projects. Why not? But if you like the video, you like what I said, hit the like button. Why not? And if you think of a project that I should do, something you want to hear me talk about, leave it in the comment section. If anyone leaves me a comment, I'll read it.